Happy holidays and welcome back, everyone. We're back again. Storm here.
Hi. Mom here.
Kimmy here.
We're going to be watching more of The Walking Dead, Season 2, Episode 7. We are not looking at the thumbnail or title. Last week's episode was called Secrets.
The show was
What
Secrets.
That's a good title.
That was.
That was a good title.
Man.
So who had the
Oh,
secrets,
boy.
obviously?
Oh, Glenn. And who does he tell? Dale.
That's right. He does.
And all hell breaks
I'll
loose.
tell you.
Dale really tried. Like, he's
He
trying
did.
to help, but yeah, like, was it good? Was it not
That's
good?
right,
I
yeah.
mean, him going to Herschel and prying about the barn.
Yep, and then Lori
Yeah, that's
talking
right.
about, when she
Right.
got sick after the smell of they were cooking something. And
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, yeah.
And then he
Talking
said
about-
Glenn told
Yeah.
him, like, he didn't say, like, oh, I just
Right.
know, which he could have covered it up and said no, but he's being honest, you know.
So, yeah.
And then talking to Shane.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
he stepped on too many toes with that
He
one.
sure did, yeah.
Yeah, and to be threatened back, like, that was kind of unnerving, too, I would
Yeah.
think.
He's
You know?
got to back away, and he's got to know that, they're in the middle of an apocalypse now.
That's right.
And he has to, you're in this one group, and you all have to get along. And I know there's
That's
going to be
right.
arguments and disagreements, but really, if he thinks
Yeah,
Shane
that's
and
right.
Andrea are doing something, they're consenting adults. They're,
That's right.
they're in the, like I say, they're apocalypse now. I mean,
That's right. You can't.
if they want to have a fling, they can have a fling. It's
Mhm.
just, I know he's
Yeah.
protective of her, but he just got her back on his good graces. So
That's
know,
right. My gosh.
you don't want to overstep your boundaries too much, Dale.
That's for sure.
And what do you think about, I know we talked about this last time too, but even Shane, like, kind of threatening him because he was also asking about him pointing his gun at Rick.
That's right.
Yeah, it's too much. I think it's a little too much. He's getting
Definitely.
there's a lot of things going on with Shane, and I think he's just getting a little hot-headed, a little
Yeah.
tempered.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even when
Sure.
he was trying to train Andrea a little bit more with the shooting.
Mhm.
He said some things that you really probably
right.
shouldn't have said, but
Yeah, about her sister.
yes,
That's right.
But I think it is good training too. But yeah, like, I think he pushed it too far saying
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
in the moment, Andrea really did learn there when there was a bunch of walkers coming at them,
Mhm.
and when she got
Sure.
focused and was in the zone, then she
Yes.
kept shooting them down. That was great. But like, she had to actually feel that urgency and be like distracted too,
Yes.
and your
That's right.
adrenaline's running
Yes,
high.
it was
which
very
you react
helpful, but-
differently. So it's just like a mix, but yeah, like sometimes, like up to now, I was like, yeah, Shane's kind of pushing it a little too far there. Like, what the heck,
So,
yes, and
Right.
I have to tell you, I had a nightmare last night.
Mm-hmm.
boy.
You started to tell me a little bit about it.
I
And
didn't hear about it.
well, you know how there's walkers or the loved ones
Oh,
of
no.
Herschel and their family in the barn. I had a dream that they were in there so long that they like morphed into like more like cannibalizing, and they were eating each other. And I was like, kept waking, and it was reoccurring. I'm like, I don't want to go back to bed. I don't want to go back to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the
So-
shows to be having a dream or a
Yes.
nightmare over, it's like, oh
That's
no.
right.
It is a scary
Yeah.
show too. You guys are handling it well, and it seems like you guys really like it so
no,
far.
I really do.
Good.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It stinks like
Sometimes
actually
they
having
do.
nightmares about zombies though.
I know.
Sometimes when you wake up from dreams are so real too, and you're like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And you're like disoriented, and you gotta like
Yeah.
look around you.
Well,
and be like,
thankfully,
okay,
I automatically knew it didn't really happen.
See Mike, you're like,
I'll be-
oh
Away from me, Mike.
no, man. So shall we get into this episode?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do it. And we're watching on Netflix, 207. Yes. No, yes. Stuck in the middle, literally.
Guys, the barn's full of walkers.
Oh.
We're that with it.
Well, I was going to say, I wouldn't want to do that.
that?
I wouldn't want to do that. No, thank you.
Because my daughter's still out there.
Easy.
I think it's time that we all start to just
Finally.
consider the other possibility.
We're not leaving
No,
Sophia
no,
behind.
don't.
Geek ears around your neck, she would run in the other direction.
She would not stop it.
Come on, come
Part of
on.
the group.
This is his land.
Herschel sees those things in there as people. Sick people.
Man, it's crazy, Rick. If Herschel thinks those things are alive, no!
Guys,
Oh, I wonder why they're gonna. I wonder why they haven't broke
you're
out
agitating
before.
him. Don't be the one-man band. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Hey. Maggie. Why would you waste an egg like that?
I'm not leaving until we find Sophia. And I don't want to go even after that.
I feel safe there.
She's gonna like it here. This place. It could be a home.
You can't.
Fine.
Herschel said you need to heal. We don't know if we're gonna find her, Daryl. We don't. Can't lose you, too. You all right?
Let me be! Stupid bitch.
Oh my gosh.
Any chance you got an extra hat?
Nope. I don't know what's going on with you and him.
Him,
Shane,
Dale.
it's not my business. You may not really know him.
You spend so much time watching me, looking out
You
for
want to
me.
beat me up anytime I show any concern.
What's he gonna do?
Dale.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
We found the barn.
Leave it be.
They may be dead, they may be alive, but my people, us, we are alive right now, right here, right in front of you. This farm is special. You've been shielded from what's been going on out there. But what the world is out there isn't what you saw on TV. It is much, much worse, and it changes you. My wife's pregnant. That's either a gift here or a death sentence out there. Think about this. You think about what you're doing.
I thought about it.
Think about it.
I thought about it!
Think about it again. We can't go out there.
Look, if we're not gonna go in there and clear it out, then we just gotta go.
We're not gonna
That's it.
clear it out, and we're not gonna go.
At least need our guns.
We can't have them, not here.
Just be on guard.
Why do you? Boy's having a baby, man. Congratulations.
He's thinking maybe it could be mine.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It'll be hard. They'll have to be careful. But he was being dramatic. They're a strong group. They've done well on their own.
A new command I give to you. Love one another as I have loved you. His name is Glenn. You saved my life yesterday when one of the people you think's sick tried to kill me. How's that for dramatic?
It happened again. We just have our guns out because we're gonna go look for Sophia.
Before you do that, I could use your help with something.
Count me in.
I thought he was dead.
Shane,
And then,
I don't...
and then when he came back, right there, you see, I wished he was. Rick told me.
Told you what?
And I know the reason why you didn't. It's because you know it's mine.
But even if it's yours, it's not gonna be yours. It's never gonna be yours. And there's nothing you can do to change that.
He is mad.
Yes, he is.
He's
Shane?
upset.
That's bullshit.
Hey, man, watch your mouth.
We're gonna stay here until we find her.
I'm gonna hear you talk like that again. You see where Dale went?
Yeah, he asked me to run and get him some water. Said he'd cover me on watch.
And he was gone when you got back, huh?
Poor Glenn knows something else now. It's like, oh boy.
Yes, yes.
The silt on the bottom. There are people out there who haven't been in their right minds. People who I believe can be restored.
You're not talking about the walkers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
See it? This whole time, I wanted to ask you. Because I think she's still out there.
What happens when the barn gets full?
Or they attack you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
No, thank you.
I asked you. I told you. I just asked you for one thing. One thing.
I couldn't do it.
My dad's gonna kick you guys out now. He told me.
No, Rick's gonna work something out with your dad. I let them lower me into that well like it was fun. Like I was playing Portal. It's a video game.
Of course, it's a video.
And then the pharmacy happened yesterday, and I realized something. Secrets get you killed. And I'd rather have you pissed off at me and alive than liking me and dead. So that's why I told him.
Good man.
Is Dad seeing it?
Dad's gonna be like,
no, he's occupied with the walker. I can't even imagine there's Shane. Oh, this is
Man, this is a good hiding place. You just give me that bag, huh?
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you are.
No, this is not going to be good. Don't be a big man.
I'm gonna have to shoot you.
No.
I have to kill you? Is that what it's gonna take?
No.
At least I can say, when the world goes to shit, I didn't let it take me down with it.
Do you know what's going on?
Where is everyone?
You haven't seen Rick?
He went off with Herschel. We were supposed to leave a couple hours ago.
Yeah, you were. Time to grow up. You already got yours.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't just do
Where's
it out
Dale?
against
He's on his
Herschel's.
way.
Oh, we couldn't care.
Yeah, well, we can and we have to.
Oh, shit.
Not just this, oh my God, yes.
No, Shane.
You see what they're holding on to? I see who I'm holding on to. Nah, man, you don't. Just let us do this, then we can talk. What you want to talk about, Rick?
The living, breathing person.
No,
Did they
no,
walk
no.
away from this?
Oh, so no.
That is enough.
That's it.
Risking our lives for a little girl who's gone.
No. No, no, no.
Living next to a bar full of things that are trying to kill us. Enough.
No.
Oh my God, he's.
I think he should just leave.
He's gonna open the door. He's gonna open it.
No.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it. Oh my God. Right in front of Herschel. That's
My
it. You're
God.
done.
Herschel's not gonna survive.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, look
He's
at him,
gonna.
look at him. Yeah, he's gonna have it.
How many are there? Oh, this poor family. Oh, there's one more. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, poor Carl.
So close to her, too.
Yeah. That's so sad. Oh, jeez. Oh, I was surprised to see that.
Well, you know, it's just like what Herschel's going through. I mean, they just killed his whole family. That
That's
they were,
right.
you know, they thought they were people, and he can cure them. And here, poor Carol's been. I mean, they've all been looking for.
That's right. And here she.
For her, and Sophia is one of them.
Yeah, she was in the barn.
And Shane, you saw him put his gun down.
Yeah.
He didn't have the guts to do that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
yeah,
very
wow.
shocking, right?
Yes,
Like,
it was
Right.
shocking. Wow.
Yeah, you were full of rage.
Yeah, yeah.
And Dale, I mean, he had the right idea to not, I mean, he knew that they were going to try to infiltrate and just take down everybody and all the walkers in the barn, but he was trying to do good to get the guns away from him, but I actually thought his life was in danger in the woods.
I thought so too,
swamp there.
yeah.
Dale?
Yeah, I thought Dale was,
Thought for sure
something
that
was
it.
going to happen to
Yeah.
him.
When I first saw this, I thought the same thing. Like
too,
when he lowered his weapon, because that's not him to, I mean, you change, yes.
Yeah.
Survival of the
Yeah,
fittest,
yeah.
unfortunately, it seems like. But, you know, like he's not one to kill, and he put his gun down, and I thought that Cheng was going to grab his gun and get rid
Yes,
of
I
him and
thought
come
so,
up with
yeah.
the story again, and I got really scared for him.
Yeah, 'cause, wow.
Woo!
He's
So,
a thorn on his
yeah.
side, and he
Yeah.
doesn't, you know, and Shane is just, you know, his temperament is just escalating and
Okay, yeah, he's
escalating,
so high
and
up.
you know, he just found out that Lori's pregnant. He thinks he's the father. You know, she doesn't.
Right.
You know, she doesn't want him having anything to do. You know, she's saying no. It's Rick's baby.
And
But-
yeah,
Does she truly know that?
yeah.
I
bet
mean,
she's
the
just-
timeline.
I
don't
mean,
know
there's
if
a
she
lot
knows,
to
but-
discuss in this episode alone, and
Wow.
going to Lori, since we're on that topic, you know, do you think she was in the right to say that? I mean, do you think she's in denial that it's his, or?
I think she wants it to not be his.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
she
she
wants
wants
it
it
to
to
be
be, you know,
Yeah.
this normal,
That's right.
you know, family, you know, this, you know, they're going to have their own, you know, in addition to their family,
Yeah.
nothing, an extension of, you know, an affair.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah,
think
and
so.
you know, in that circumstance, like I try to see how Lori's seeing it, but I just don't think it's right that she was like, it's gonna be our baby, not your baby, no matter what, you know. Like I know it's her body, but it's possibly his kid too.
That's right,
So
yeah, it's
I
hard
don't
to-
think that's right of her to say, to try to pretend nothing happened. Not that she cheated on Rick because she thought he was dead. You know, it's
That's
a
right, yeah.
bad apocalypse and you think everyone's gone, and she moved on the best way she could. I mean, to hold shame, you know, behind it and tell Shane that he has no, you know, he has no right for the baby, like that's
it
kind of
could be.
crazy
It
too,
could be
especially
a
since
father.
Rick knows. I mean,
Rick knows,
That's right.
and Shane was truthful when he thought his friend was dead. He
That's right,
truly
yes.
thought, you know, not at that moment when he left him, but he knew
There's no way he would
the
survive
odds
it.
are they were all against him. So,
Right.
you know, I don't think he was lying or misleading her in any way.
Mm-hmm.
And that he got really close to her and to Carl.
Oh, he sure did.
You
yeah.
know, and for her to pull everything that he loved away from
Yeah.
him, and now
That's
a
right.
possible child that he might be having into this world, one bright thing in his entire life.
That's right, yeah.
You know, you're going to take that away from him
Yeah.
too. You
And
know,
if it's
of
his
course
rights,
it's going
if
to
he
get
is the
unstable.
father, it's his right. But,
yeah, and you don't know because
Yeah.
right now, like, there's no blood tests or
No,
anything or
that's-
DNA
Right.
tests, so.
That's right.
You know, to just tell him, no way, you have no rights to this baby at all. It's just going to be Rick and me. We're going to act like our happy family's fine, and that's it. Like, I don't think I mean, yes, again, it's her body, but still, like, I don't think she had the full right to say that
No.
because it takes two.
That's right.
Right,
That's
especially
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
make sure, you can't, you know, shut the door on the whole subject
right.
of doing a test and finding out. You know, there should be like, hey, you know,
You gotta share a responsibility. with
Right,
her
or
when the
just, you
baby's
know,
born, you know, 'cause,
eventually
you know,
be
Rick
uncle or
knows.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Rick knows that Shane has something to do with Lori, so
Yeah,
you know,
so
and
that's
she didn't have
hard.
to like shut the
baby
door on him
coming,
right
so he
away.
can figure it out too, you know.
Yeah. And hopefully, like, if she did agree to that, which who knows, I mean, that maybe Rick and Shane could work something out. But
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
that's down the road. And now going back to Sophia, did you, at this point, before you saw that, I know you guys were shocked about it, did you think she was gone at this point? Do you think that maybe she'd come back eventually?
I thought maybe they might find her, but it's been kind of a long time now, so I didn't, you know, I thought maybe they might see her.
Might
But-
find her.
Yeah, find her.
I didn't think she was here at all
I didn't
because
either. I thought
I
it was
would have
another
kind of
child.
thought that Herschel or the family would have said there is a small girl in there. You know,
Yeah.
you would think because these people are truth, you know, and go to Carol and say, you know, tell her,
That's right.
you know,
'cause-
some other way to go around it. somebody knew there was a child in there.
Yeah.
You know, you can't tell me they didn't. They snare them and they put them in there, so they knew that. So they had a secret too.
Yeah,
They
that
were
is
just
a good
better.
point.
They were
honestly.
better at keeping it.
Yeah, because they didn't want them to know about the walkers or the sick people. So, you know, you're hiding a secret too and just letting them go out and
look for this
risk their
Aimlessly,
lives.
right? And now you could have had some more compassion on our group side, where one of ours is in there. They're
That's right,
amongst you know the other people, what they call people, you know, not walkers. And I mean, we're looking
always
at
two
the
sides.
picture here now. Look at Herschel's face. I mean, I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
I thought so too. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just
It was heartbreaking
you
to
just-
see that. Like, he was in utter shock.
Yeah, you just bulldozed into their property on their barn, and just one guy. I kind of wish the guys just overpowered Shane and just took him off site, like took him away from just for a little bit, just get him out of the equation. But he's just so strong, and you know, Daryl and T-Dog, they were just like, what is going on here? You know, everyone was just like, he's just
Right away,
enraged.
it happened fast, but Shane looked at Daryl and said, "Are you with me?" and gave him a gun. And Daryl grabbed it, and T-Dog grabbed it too.
Yeah.
So it was
They were
almost
in a-
like
yeah.
I
And-
took it as
and Andrea, yeah.
they were all in agreement, like they
ready.
knew what he was going to do. And I mean, what side are you on when you really think about like this kind of world, what we know so far? Say like we're following our main group and we've seen the horror of the dead. They are dead. So like, would you do what they did? I mean, you have most of your group now going for it, like they're going to kill them all, or would you like to be like Rick and kind of go by the rules with Herschel?
Well, Shane was letting them out of the barn, and they're coming after you too. They had the guns, so.
Well, he instigated
Yeah,
it,
he
but
did,
I think
know,
he
but I
really
mean-
should have. I mean, yes, of course, they need to be gone. They need to be, you know, done with and dealt with. But you do it
Differently.
tactfully.
That's right.
You don't do it like this. You just ruined a good thing you had.
That's right.
You're off. You're off the property like now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's how I see it. I think
Yes,
Herschel's
that's
just
right.
gonna say, "Get off our land right now," and you're done.
Yeah.
Especially with Sophia, now we know she was one of them, so
wow,
there's no
yeah.
reason to stay there. Carl's feeling better. You're done.
Yeah.
Whether Lori's pregnant or not, that's not going to be a good answer. Good reason to keep that group, especially with Shane like that.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. Like, I think that the walkers should be dealt with the knowledge that we have, but the way it was handled was terrible.
Oh, it was
I mean, when Shane
complete. Yeah, disruption. It was terrible.
Yeah, because when Shane opened the door up and they started coming out, I could see them getting, because there's going to be so many going.
Well, at that
them.
point, yeah.
That's what I mean. Not it wasn't given Shane to say, well, it was okay for him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, because to
And
do it like that, just
screaming.
open the
Yeah,
doors
the
and
door is
multiples are
all
going to come
broken, yeah.
out. Like, that's so dangerous to
I'm
do.
saying, yeah.
I mean, they're all at the ready and armed, but, you know, you just want to get away.
Oh,
And it fired him up with them coming up with two snares on two of them. You know,
that's
that
right,
fired
yeah.
him up big time. He's like,
Definitely.
what the hell?
Oh my
you know?
God, I can
So
imagine.
that really fired it up.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just escalated from there. So
Sure did.
Yeah.
there was no stopping him at
No.
that point unless
No.
someone had a freaking stun gun.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
And with Rick, I mean, what did you guys think about him trying to work things out with Herschel and abide by his rules and use
Yeah.
a snare?
That was, yeah, I don't
Kudos to him for trying. I mean, I knew
That was really creepy.
he
I'll tell
definitely didn't want to do it, but he respected him enough to go ahead and do it. And he's like, holy.
And they almost lost their lives doing it, which is so
Yes, they sure
crazy.
did.
I mean,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
getting attacked.
Yeah.
One fell, and the walker almost got his leg,
right,
and you know,
Right,
I
to
mean,
the point where they can become one of
That's
them.
right.
yeah.
You know,
So
it's
you can lose one of your own, and then once they're infected, it can be an onward cycle
That's
of that
right.
person biting someone else, you know,
Oh,
and then you're
jeez.
all gone. So what do you
That's
have
right.
left after that? So when in this moment, seeing like Shane see Rick helping Herschel with a snare, I felt like that was so demeaning. I mean, I know what Rick is trying to do, and he's trying to maintain peace so they can cohabitate this farm, but you know, you don't. I don't know, like, I really felt like, oh, God, Rick, really? Look what you're doing. You know what this is about. You know, like, what they actually do, and you're risking your life doing this. You know,
Absolutely. Hands down.
It's just so hard. I mean,
and Maggie's right too. I mean, she went out. She told her father, you know, what she experienced. She almost died the day before because of one of them, and she's calling him a walker now, as well. And Herschel was like a little set back by that, but she says you don't know what it's like. You just look at it, you know. And same with Rick. He's saying you just saw what's on TV. This is real life. We've been out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is far worse than you even imagine. You can even imagine. So, but Herschel's really trying to maintain calm and stability and an order in his house.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how he eats. He's very, you know, everything is
like nice and
how
clean.
it's supposed to be, and he wants some type of normalcy as much as he can.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's good to hopefully like have that, you know, because you don't want to go savage. You want to have some kind of consistency and some kind of like nice lifestyle, but it's not the world you live in anymore. And to even see like I have to keep up with my studies, which is important, you know, you want to be educated and stuff, but you know, Rick had a good point there too, where he was like, well, we could help share the load if you let us stay here, so you have more time to do other things. And I like how Rick tries to keep the peace amongst everyone, so everyone can survive. And Shane is more like tunnel vision of, you know, basic survival instincts.
That's right,
And I get that too. I just don't like how blunt he is with everything, like how he just goes out and he's very aggressive.
Yes. He's not thinking of others.
Showing Herschel like shooting that walker multiple times in the chest and it keeps coming, like that was a good demonstration, as aggressive as that was.
It was. I agree.
I mean, again, it wasn't properly handled, but you know, I don't agree with Herschel here. Of course, we know what the walkers are like, that they're actual dead people. And you know, even though Herschel said during this, like, okay, well, even if they're sick or if they're dead or whatever they are, he kind of put it like that at one point, and I was just like, he's like, we still shouldn't kill them. They could get better. I think they can be reversed. And I'm like, well, no. I mean, like, look how rotted they are. Like, they're far gone.
There is no way they're going to find a cure.
And they're so dangerous. One bite, only takes one bite for you to die, eventually.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think he just had to see it for himself in this manner. Not this way, you know, how they went about it. But he had to see that true, you know, shooting them in the torso anywhere and seeing him just still go for it. I mean, that is what they are. They are not live people. They're not your loved ones anymore. I mean, look at Andrea. Actually, if you talk to Andrea, I mean, she had to kill her sister, you know, after she turned. So, I mean, they all have their own hell they went through with their loved ones or people they knew. So, I think that they sat down and talked about things, but it's done now. They're going to be asked to leave immediately. I can just see it now. And they're going to do a mass grave. I can see, you know, doing a mass burial.
And it was such a powerful episode because we had some problems here and there, and we see walkers here and there, but it was a peaceful lifestyle for a little while, right? And now this came to a head, and I mean, now the people they believed were sick, mainly family members, neighbors, people they knew, are all gone for sure, and not, you know, against their will. They didn't want that to happen in front of them, so they completely just, you know, demeaned them. They disrespected them completely. So now what's going to happen? I mean, and then finding Sophia, like what a build up, like all this time looking for her.
I wasn't expecting to see her. I thought, oh, it's a child. Then I realized, oh, it's Sophia.
Poor Carol. I mean,
Carol, and I mean, that's just so devastating. And you know, Daryl's right there to just help her, and then Carl and everybody. And who steps up? It's Rick.
Yeah.
You know, now he's going to clean up Shane's mess.
So the whole time, you probably noticed that Rick is like trying to give the snare to Herschel, but he's in shock, so he can't do anything the entire time. He's just like stuck there with this freaking zombie and Walker, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And not until the last kill, because no one could kill Sophia, and Rick had to take up that responsibility as a leader, and you could see it in his face that he knew he was the one who had to follow through with it. and it also showed Herschel, like you said before, Kim, that they're killing one of their own as well, but they know she's not alive anymore.
Yes, they know.
She's gone.
And I also liked how before this happened, prior, earlier in this episode, where Carol was kind of saying to Daryl in the barn, in the horse barn, she was kind of saying, it's okay, something about it's okay if we don't find her. She was kind of like
she
letting
gave up.
She's giving up a little bit, and she was coming to the realization that they might never find her. So it was finally a little bit at ease, where she wasn't like, no, we can't leave, no, we can't, she was kind of coming to the conclusion that
now she has closure. She can see, that's horrible way, but
it's really sad. I mean, even Daryl in that moment when he saw that she gave up, he got mad, right? He didn't handle it well, because he even kept hope alive. He's like, no,
he's trying so hard to
he
in his own
insults
little
him.
way. He's so good.
I know, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not good, but it's not the right thing to say. But that's just how he is. But he did apologize for that afterwards. But he really wanted to hope that she was still out there, and that was just
he didn't want her giving up. He didn't want to see her giving up.
Yeah,
because that just crushes him when he sees that. So, well, they did find her. I mean, the Cherokee Rose was there. They did find
so that
her.
whole story did come true. Not the way they wanted, but you're right. Yeah.
Closure. Now she.
Yeah. What an episode, huh?
So their cushy life on this farm is gone now.
Right. And Glenn and Maggie got together again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? One good
After
thing.
the rotten egg incident.
Oh, I know, that was funny. It was just a smashed egg. Yeah. And the way that Glenn even said, because it makes you think of this world again. Like, why would you waste a good egg? You know, and it's true because. Food is so precious right now because it's you can't just order it. You can't get delivery anywhere. And you have to hunt for your food. You have to grow your food, and it's true. So it was a funny moment, but at the same time, I agree with Glenn. I'm like, don't waste an egg.
Yes.
But they did connect, and one part that I really but I liked what Glenn did, and he asked Maggie permission before he shot along with his group.
Yes.
As a respect kind of thing, and she gave him the okay, and then he went ahead. So
yes, because I think she's really the key between the two groups, where she's understanding, Glenn's groups, their point of view, and especially with the attack on herself the day before, seeing what they're really potentially, capable of. They're going to kill you no matter what, and that's the end of the line. Dead or alive or sick, they're going to, if they come and get you, they're going to kill you. That's just instinctual.
I think it's so important and interesting how they show the different sides, where we have our main group who has been out in the real world, has experienced all these walkers up close and lost a lot of people. And then we have Herschel's family, who is very isolated. And yes, they had dead ones as well, but they didn't see things up close. And I mean, yes, they're gathering them into the barn, but they're not they didn't see what the other group has seen. Right. So they saw mainly everything on the news, and Rick trying to explain to Herschel, and Herschel explaining that they're sick people. It's just interesting to see how different your perspective can be, all depending on your experience.
Yes, your experience, your background, your religion. He's a very religious man. And just faith and hope and, all of that.
Yeah.
And where they keep on holding on to the hope of them, finding a cure. And, oh, here I have all my loved ones right in the barn conveniently for this vaccine.
Right. Oh, God, I know. Good luck. You're going to shoot them with darts or something.
Yeah. Their bodies are half there.
It's leaking out the hole of their torso.
Gross. I know. It's like, what do you do at that point? God forbid, if you can even save anyone like that, they're done anyways. And even if you could subconsciously bring them back, their minds back, they'd be in so much pain.
That's right.
They'd be like, oh my God. Not to make fun of it.
No.
But yeah, it's just...
and for him to be a physician, I mean, he's a veterinarian, you would think he would see that science behind it, but...
Oh, some people don't. It's amazing,
his belief is overpowering it.
Yeah. And I love the idea of miracles, but, this is too in your face that they're dead.
Yeah, it is. And I think his whole family is just letting him, do this. It's not hurting anyone. it wasn't hurting anyone, putting them in the barn, feeding them a chicken
Almost,
every once in a while.
but they're risking lives every time.
They
like,
are.
You know, we didn't
They
even witness
because if
what it was like
they
bringing
get
them
loose,
out.
they're going to go right to your house.
Or even just snaring them and bringing them over, you know, like you're risking every time. So just interesting having different perspectives. That's all, you know. I like talking to you ladies about it.
That barn didn't look too safe. The doors didn't. Things
Eventually,
like that.
yes.
After a while, they're going to be knocking the doors down.
And the nice thing was, for the longest time, until Shane came and the group came, unfortunately, it was really quiet.
Yeah,
they probably knew this certain way to get them in. Open the door, put more people in there or walkers in there, and then close it. I mean, that takes skill.
Oh boy,
I would have loved to have seen how they did that. Probably like feed them on the other side, like throw a chicken on the other side, and then open the door.
And if anyone messes up because you have these walkers like groaning and roaring or whatever, and then whoever's you know holding them is also probably grunting, so you gotta make more noise on the other side, get unsnare them, and
make sure
it's a
they're
lot.
not holding on to the pole.
So one last question: do you think Dale was in the right to take all the guns and hide them in the woods?
No. I don't think so. No, he's not.
No, I understand what he was coming. That was way too far away to be.
Oh gosh, this should be close by.
Maybe he should have put him like under the RV or something. I don't know, something a lot closer.
Yeah,
because you never know.
If you need them.
Right.
Yeah, because I do like Dale a lot. He's very caring, and I don't think that was the right choice either. Because I get you're trying to get the guns away from Shane. I mean, look what happened when he had them again. He gave them to everyone to shoot all the walkers, but Dale hiding all the weapons deep in the woods by himself, not telling anyone, not even telling Glenn. Like, poor Glenn hears everything, but still, like, not even telling Glenn, you know, where he was going. If, God forbid, a bunch of walkers just happened, or they broke out of the barn, no one has any weapons, and no one's trained to kill walkers here besides our group. And even then, like, what weapons do you have? It's all a risk.
Again, who are you to say what to do? It's no different than Shane doing what he just did. But he did it in a much quieter way, and you know, but he did.
He did a major choice.
He made a major decision without consulting anyone else. It's no different than what Shane just did. I mean, really.
Yeah, taking them out in the woods and hiding them, and then something happens to him, and he doesn't go back.
Yeah, that's true. And then, like, where are the guns? And now they don't have anything to protect themselves when they need it. So just a lot of things. It's interesting to see everyone. Like,
yes, he always means well, but I think it's going to backfire him.
That's right. He's going to have to really think about things.
You know, it was crazy too, seeing Shane's reaction when he walked up to the gun. Like, he almost had like a crazy look on his face, right?
Like, go for it, try it. Yeah, I know you. Like, he was reading him. Like, he's totally not going to do it to me. He's totally not going to. Go ahead, you know, like
he's
trying
so good.
to.
He's a great actor.
I
like,
love him.
Yeah, like he just had that look, like, you want to try it? Almost like he was losing himself, like, if I'm gonna, like, he didn't think he was gonna do it, but at the same time, he's like, if he's gonna do it, I'm gonna, like, adrenaline rush, we'll see. I'm gonna challenge it and see what he does, and it's pretty crazy.
I'm curious to see how he is with our group, let alone this group, you know, Herschel's group, but just our group alone, how they're going to, you know, communicate with him going forward. I mean, they might even ask him to leave. Because he's just so unhinged.
That's right, he is, yeah.
You know, Andrea might even go with him. You know, you never know.
All these things, guys. So many possibilities.
The Andrea might get pregnant too by him.
Hey, he's like, hey, I'm father, woo! I got two going on, yeah! Oh no! So until next time, guys.
Who knows?
Woo, very powerful episode. I was really curious. I knew this was coming up, and I was like, oh boy, I wasn't sure like how you guys were. I mean, of course, you're going to be really devastated, but Carol and I'm glad he was there to help her too, like through that kind of. But she was going to run right up to her. It was so sad.
Right, she was.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon, as always. Happy holidays! Sorry, I know it's a really happy note, but love you guys.